Oh yeah, it's back to work on this. Right now she's looking like a disaster, but pretty soon we'll be back in business, hopefully. Good, everybody, welcome to today's video. Today's video, we're back working on the Wr450F. And if you're new to this, I want to welcome you guys to this series where I'm going through step by step on diagnosing and figuring out and problem solving. Every engine has a story to tell when it fails, and I think I've got pretty good judgment of what happened to this, but we're going to get that in a second. I just want to show you that I've had a whole bunch of parts that are starting to come up, or should I say a bunch of parts that are starting to come in. I bought a cylinder hone. You can get these off Amazon. Actually, cylinder hone is off Amazon too. This is a complete bike bolt kit because someone was already inside of this bike when I got it. And then this is not necessarily for the bike, but I do like these clips better. I got a gasket set, new fuel line, valve lapping tools, because that came with this kit. I do have a valve spring compressor, but it will not work with the cylinder head, so I actually picked up this one right here. We're gonna look at that. We got some valve shims, some more bolt kits, and these are the valves. New exhaust studs, because there's one missing in that one, so I'm just use the bolt. And new cylinder head bolts. We got the valves, timing chain, timing components. And I tell you right now, there's probably, at the time, somebody went in, I think they might have did a rebuild or went to go look at something, but the evidence is clear that the, remember what I told you before, they're missing something in these camshafts. And that's what these are right here, are these little Circlips, because my theory is, by looking at the timing chain guide that's all destroyed, and you look at the evidence on the exhaust cam, you can see you got a line in the middle here where I believe the chain either jumped this way or this way. And either way, the chain was running half off when it shit the bed. And I'll look at that a little bit more deeply. I'll get in a little bit better with my iPhone so you can kind of see where the chain, I believe the chain came half off on this side, because this is the replacement OEM timing guide. You can see it's kind of got a groove in there that your chain rides on, and you can clearly see on this timing guide that it has been completely chewed off on this side, slightly chewed off at the top there, but definitely the chain slipped off this way. Because if I go back, I probably don't even need to replace this one, but I got a new one anyways. You can see this one here, it's a little bit chewed up at the top, but the runners are actually still in place there. So we talk about engine tells a story. When I did the leak down test, I had a 50% loss. And then when I got the head off, I noticed, you could see how much that exhaust valve is sticking up. And that's one of our problems, because according to the instructions, we're supposed to have exhaust 0.20 to 0.25 mils, which are anywhere between these three right here. So you need to make sure your timing marks are aligned, and since the cams sit neutral, they have a little bit of movement that we can move them around, and that's roughly right where we're supposed to be. That dot's got to line up, right? So we see our buckets in there, and we're going to go with the smallest one on the one side. And that actually feels pretty good. That one's set up, but when we go to the one that the valve is sticking open, I can see that it's not going in. So right now, using my logic, and looked like someone had been in here recently, maybe try to do a refresher, but they put the wrong shims in. And once I remove this cap, you're going to see that this Circlip is missing, and that is where the timing walked and we damaged the camshaft gear a little bit. So now I'm going to pull these caps off so we can show you what I mean by the missing Circlip. Take that off. Carefully remove the camshaft, and as you can see, the Circlip is missing. As you can see on the camshaft, it's not there. It's not in the cap because it's the only place it could fit, because there is no groove on the cylinder head. So when someone has this apart, this piece right here would be very easily unnoticed for someone to, if they're not paying attention, could lose that while they had it apart. And once it is in there, it prevents the camshaft from walking. That is the purpose of that Circlip. So now that I have the camshaft out, that valve probably dropped. As you can see, now it's seated up. So somehow that shim in there is, someone went way out to lunch on that. So I got exhaust left, use my magnet. We got our shim in there. I'm just gonna put that into the bag. That's where all those parts are gonna go. Exhaust right. It probably has a super big shim in there, perhaps. No, it's not. It's a pretty small shim, but somehow it is way out to lunch. Or actually, when I pulled it off, it was kind of out. So let's just put this back together for a second. Let's throw our camshaft back in, because this is where we have to sit roughly. I'm just going to throw some caps in there gently. Presto. So now I got it back in. Now it's a little on the loose side. That's with the maximum shim. But now we're closed. For installation purposes, you probably would like to take the shim and then just drop it in like that. Because if you had to get it out, you can always just use a magnet to pull it out as well. That's the safest method, I think. Instead of trying to center it on that little magnet in there. So that's a mental note. Gotta be very, very careful with those shims, so they don't cause you all sorts of grief. Let's walk this out. Let's get this camshaft out. Let's get these buckets out, because we can easily, you can see it in there, we could easily mess that up. Right now, we're going to pull off the intake. Oh, the intake's missing as well. Look at that. Look at that. All the buckets and shims are out. Now we can go to start extracting. Those intake valves look like they're new though. They look like they're really new to me. Not like the exhaust valves. I can't really see inside, man. Anyways, I'm gonna try out this kit here. Just trying to find a little pick or something, but I think I need to come in more. Pop that out. There's one. Where is the other one? The other one? Oh, there they are. They both came out. You gotta be very careful with those things. Oh, that thing's so freaking annoying. The other side here. Where did my magnet go? Stuck to the thing. And they both came out. The only thing about this valve compressor tool is that the handle always comes out. That's kind of annoying, but it does get the job done. Slide this valve on. Looking at those valve seats, looks like there's a lot of leakage going on right there, where it doesn't look like it's fully seating. Let's work on getting these intake valves out. So I just got the first intake valve out. Yeah, she's bent. I'm just going to check the second exhaust valve. Yeah, that's bad. No, intake center's good. This intake left and right are bent. I did take those buckets out once, so I can't 100% confirm if I put it in right or wrong, but odds are I probably put it in wrong. But at the end of the day, two valves are bent, and that was probably causing my 50% leakage. That and the cam walking definitely would have caused the issue with the timing. And yeah, I think we're gonna get this thing going. All right, it's motherfucking beer time. Gonna crush a lager, which means I haven't been to Boiling Ore in a long time. I need to go there again soon. This video is a little shorter than most, but I just want to demonstrate the thought process and how I go about trying to problem solve something, because ideally to fix something, unless it's obvious, you need to identify the root cause. And once you identify the root cause and you take care of that, hopefully the problem should be fixed. But anyways, motherfucking beer time, everybody. crushing a logger. But anyways, I'm gonna get going. I am going to get a fire started, smoke a cigar, and then next video we're gonna get this head wrapped up, and then hopefully next weekend go camping, winter camping, and then hopefully those parts will come in and everything should be good. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care. There we go. That's nice fire starting. Got a good crackle to it.